And it is Cole versus Scherzer tonight. Highest in-zone whiff rate. Here's some StatCast numbers for you. And that getting you to miss the pitch on a strike, on the ball, in the zone. Cole, #1, and Max Scherzer just behind Verlander, Clevenger, and Lucas Giolito. So 2 of the top 5. And we're back with the whole crew right now. Tom, I want to start with you. There still is kind of this great man theory out there. Is like the lead actor, the starting pitcher, strides to the hill and
Kirk
takes
Douglas and Spartacus.
Or Ron Darling.
I still feel that way at home.
Yeah, there you go. And now here it is in this era of bullpenning, tandem starts, and kind of a fluid attack. We still have $36 million a year and $30 million a year. What's the way going forward?
Ronnie, it reminds me, our buddy Eddie Lynch used to say, it's the only position in sports where they build a pedestal for that person, right? I think we were reminded last year that starting pitching, elite starting pitching plays. The reason the Yankees haven't gotten through the Astros is Verlander and Cole pitching deep into games. So we're in an era now where starting pitchers pitch fewer innings, fewer percentage of the innings than ever before in the history of the game. Bullpens are taking over the joint, right? But you still need that elite guy, I believe, when you get to the postseason. Because sometimes you need that guy who's going to say, guys, I got this one. I'm going 7, 8 strong. And those guys become more valuable as pitchers, starting pitchers, throw fewer innings.
Right. And that's a great graphic, by the way. Look at that's a dramatic drop, Ronnie. And we do top 10 right now. And we used to go 20, 23 deep. And now there's really kind of that top like 10 or 12, right? I mean, they've shrunk, but the guys who are at the top, they're great.
Well, I think the problem, though, is you have to identify those game changers. I think there's a lot of times you sign a lot of pitchers hoping they'll be that game changer. But when I think about the recent history of baseball, I see 3. Well, 2, really, until Cole can do it. CC Sabathia signs with the Yankees. They win a world championship. Max Scherzer signs with the Nationals. They win a world championship. And now it's on Garrett Cole to do the same. Occasionally, you can identify that pitcher who's going to make a difference, not only on his day, but on the other 4 days with the other pitchers, making them better, making your team better.
Right. Or is this the last of the dinosaurs?
I was
the
about to
great
say,
men
yes.
roaming, but yeah, don't get used to those guys.
No question, Beacon. Listen, it sounds great in theory. The Yankees are flush with cash. They're 1 ace away, but $324 million in today's age is ridiculous. If you can spend it, great. Look at the opening day lineups. You've got 17 first-time opening day starters. The game is flush with great young pitchers, whether it's Soroka, Flaherty, Brandon Woodruff, etc. This idea that you got to have this monolithic ace, it's outdated. Ron pointed out how rarely it succeeds. There's a lot more cases like David Price where those long-term contracts don't work out.
Right. John Lester did, right? And those are the ones that are always pointed out. Bob, where are you on this? Because there's been a big shift, and yet if you can afford it, it still seems to be a way to win.
Well, also you can add Justin Verlander in 2017, and the Astros win it all to the short list that you were just talking about. And I wonder how the guys feel about this. If you're only playing 60 games, part of the reason why you're watching innings on starting pitchers is the long haul, the total number of starts, the total number of innings. 200 seems to be a breaking point for most of them. But if you're only playing 60 games, if you're only getting a dozen or so starts from your top couple of guys prior to the postseason, maybe you can take that risk and let them go deeper into games in this one-off situation. The flip side of that is you look at a team like the Rays with Snell and Morton and Glasnow, a big 3 among their starters, but also the depth behind them, and they're the ones that use the opener more often than anybody else. So they got a variety of ways to come at this. Craig Counsell did the same thing with the Brewers, where his mantra was, I need 27 outs, I don't care how I get them. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that the ace starter is an endangered species, but you need pitching depth behind it.
Yeah, right. Good point, Bob, because, Ronnie, it's not like, we have 5 guys like that. No, even the Rays have 2 or maybe 3, and they're great. But what do you do days 4 and 5? That's when you can get creative.
Well, I think you can get creative. I think it's interesting what Bob said, because when you look at the number of innings that the pitcher is going to pitch, the analytics department has that rated over 162 games. We've never played 60 games. So you don't know how to push a guy, whether you can push a guy, or even because all the numbers are going to say, 4th time to the order, he gets bombed. Mm-hmm. But in a 60-game season, maybe that changes. But I think you're absolutely right. There are so many ways. It's not only opener. I think you can tandem pitch when you have 14 and 15 guys out there, where one guy goes 3 or 4 innings or goes until he's broke, and then the next guy comes in and gets as many outs as he can. That's how you're going to see it.
Now, I want to get back to the...
But I think we stumbled upon a trend here.
What's that?
Accidentally. 16 Lester, 17 Verlander, 18 Price, 19 Scherzer. The Yankees are sending Garrett Cole to the mound tonight with that express purpose. It's not to get to the postseason, right? It's for the Yankees to win the World Series.
Right.
By the way, the opening day strikeout record for the New York Yankees is 9. You think that's in jeopardy tonight?
Wow.
I guess it could be. Lefty Gomez. Ron Guidry.
Yeah, waiting for
Tim
it.
Leary.
Oh, wow.
Tim Leary.
The doctor, as he's known.
I did.
LSD. Yeah, that's a different guy.
For you kids out there, start Googling as fast as you can.